Hi, everybody. It's Connie with Gliding Through Blindness, and I'm here in New Orleans right now in my hotel room, but I'm about to leave shortly. I've had a wonderful time at the NFB convention. I already posted several videos about it. One about my arrival and finding my room and checking out the accessible art room, which was very cool. Um, the brief time I was there. And then I also posted a video about the exhibit hall, all the great technology I checked out, like Glide and this shoe a Japanese company that makes a mobility aid that you wear in your shoes. Their insoles, so that was really cool. Plus the Monarch, which is a multi-cell braille display, and the Braille Doodle, which my brother actually bought one of those. It has a fidget toy. You can like draw on it and feel immediately what you have drawn. It's pretty cool. And so be sure to check out those videos. Also, on my main channel page, there's now a donate link, so you can donate any amount that you want at any time, even if you're not a Patreon member or haven't joined my channel or whatever. So you can access that and donate any amount. I would really appreciate whatever you can do to help out the channel. Um, and I'll, if I remember, try to put the link also in the description of this video to make it easier in case you might want to donate. It only takes seconds. It's just really easy if you have PayPal or whatever. Even if you don't, you can very quickly join PayPal and use your credit card. You don't even have to like make a login or sign up. You can just use a credit card for one-time donation like that. And so I'd surely appreciate it. But yeah, made so much footage of the convention that I'll likely have enough content for weeks. Um, and I will intersperse it with other things, such as what I'm going to talk about today. But I mean, there's a talent show of the wonderful general sessions of the convention, the great seminars. I took clips of all that, plus the banquet last night was incredible. And yeah, it just brought back a lot of memories of the when I first or my last convention, which was several decades ago. So that will all be coming up, the things I just mentioned. So, like I said, stay tuned. But the topic for today's video um, is the Robotaxi that I get to ride, Tesla's Robotaxi in Austin. I'm going straight from New Orleans here to Austin, and um, my brother actually lives there. So that works out quite well. My brother Reed, and Austin just happens to be the first city where Tesla is launching its robotaxi, and that's not too surprising because like the gigafactories are there in Texas, the Tesla manufacturing, all that good stuff. And Texas is a pretty unrestricted state as far as they don't have as many regulations as some other states do, so that would make sense. That would be the first place they would launch. But I just heard a couple days ago that not only have they extended or expanded the area where the taxi is operating within Austin. They just started out in North Austin because they wanted to be very safe, but now it's expanded further out. And my brother lives in South Austin. I hope I am not saying that backward. I have a sneaky feeling I might be. um, but anyway, so that is cool that it's going well so far, unlike what you may have heard in the media, of course. But yeah, I'll do a whole another video on that whole thing because it's understandable. Some of the, on all sides, there's kind of angst and whatnot. But as I've said before, I just really believe in the technology and the product, which I've done other videos on in the past. So you can check out my playlist on Tesla if you want to know more about my views on why I think Tesla will their self-driving or autonomous driving is way ahead, and in some ways, I would have liked to have waited a little longer before I took my first ride because it's not fully um, open yet, like to the public. So I don't get the full like customer experience in that regard, where I would get to try out the app myself and see how accessible it is and all that good stuff. But I was afraid someone other blind person would get ahead of me, and I really wanted to be the first blind person to try this because I've been such an enthusiast of Tesla and autonomous driving and what that will mean for society. And so it's not it's by invitation only at this point. Um, and so I contacted Brian White, who has a great channel that you should all check out, Future Ozza. And he was gracious enough to reply and get me connected with someone who could give me a ride or take me with them, I should say, in a Robotaxi because the passengers that are invited, um, that are on the like beginning wait list or whatever, they are able to take one passenger with them whenever they take a ride in the Robotaxi, which has been the launch began about 2 weeks ago, I think, maybe three. Um, Time goes by so fast, but yeah. Um, so Joe Tegtmeyer is the guy in Texas that I have been connected with through Brian. Thanks again, Brian, for that. And Uh, Joe Tegmeyer has a channel as well, a very successful channel, and he does a lot of drone footage and of the gigafactories and whatnot from overhead, and sees a lot of neat things before most people do from that vantage point, and has a lot of just a very unique channel. A lot of it is kind of visual in nature, but it's just cool that he'll just be a very excellent person to give me to be with me as I go on this journey. So I won't be by myself, which, like I said, if I would have waited for the public experience, I would have done it all alone. But this is what's available now, and I am happy to feel so fortunate to have this Mr. Tedmeyer, who has given like over 50 rides to people already since this all began a few weeks ago. So he's obviously very knowledgeable and knows a lot about it. And I have so many questions that I hope he'll be able to answer a lot of them. So that in itself, this whole experience will take up several videos as well. So I might do a video about the convention and then a video about my Robotaxi ride and keep going back and forth like that. But yeah, I'm just so eager to try this out. And it just all worked out so well that I happen to be in the area or already, comparatively speaking. I mean, it's a lot closer to go from New Orleans to Austin than from where I live in South Dakota. So there you go. So remember though, the app and the technology is still very new. It's in the testing phase yet, so it won't be flawless. Um, but we'll get a good idea of what it can do already. And there's been no major incidents at all. Like I said, that's why they're expanding already, getting gradually wider and wider. And even in spite of the glitches, also, as of now, there is a Tesla employee sitting in the front passenger seat. So there is no driver in the car, but there is a um, monitor sitting in the passenger seat. But he or she, whatever, probably won't say very much, and because I don't think they really they've been instructed, I believe, not to say much because they want to probably give you the full experience of what it will be like when there is no driver at all or tester or anything like that. It's just you in the car by yourself. So, but Joe and I will be I guess in the back seat, and and then there will be this tester in the front seat who is just there to make sure double sure people it's safe, and of course that's just like regulations require that. So it's not because they're worried or anything. It's just because that's what you do when you launch a new product like this that has the potential to like get possibly get in an accident or whatever. But like I've said in other videos, it's going to be much safer than human driver. But just in the beginning there, that's just what you have to do to make sure all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted, etc., etc. Um, and I just couldn't wait any longer to experience this. So I said, I don't care if there's going to be somebody in the front seat because, like I said, they don't do anything. Like we'll still have like Joe will have the app on his phone, so I'll be asking him questions about that, like describe it and what it's. Um, yeah, I'll. Like we have the ability via the app to call if we get in a um, some kind of traffic jam or it takes a wrong turn or whatever it might be the case, we can contact Tesla directly and they can look remotely and get us out of or they might instruct the monitor up front to slide over and do something, but that hardly ever happens. So I don't anticipate anything like that happening. Um, but anyway, so Joe will order the ride on his phone, and right now it's not on Android yet. But whenever they launch it to the public, which I don't think will be very long at all before they do that, then it will be on Android. So yay, because that's what I use. Um, and I'm just so glad that Joe agreed to do this for me. Um, and so let's see. I think that's probably about all I was going to say. I just wanted to give you a little bit of an intro of what to expect in this upcoming video because I probably won't have time to explain much before our ride. Right now, they're only. I'll be doing another one at some point, I'm sure. Make another trip to Austin when everything is public, but so I think this is just going to be awesome, and be sure to check it out. I'll probably post it in the next day or two. And check out my other videos too. And thanks so much for liking, subscribing, commenting. I really love your feedback. And with that, I'll say bye for now.